Hmm. Good afternoon, everyone. A very good afternoon to all. A very good afternoon. Fine. So basically today we are going to start with coordinate geometry. Fine. Yes. Good afternoon, Swara, Vanshika. A very good afternoon to all of you. Okay. Good afternoon, Nitesh. Fine. Shall we start? Okay. Let's begin. We are going to start with the coordinate geometry. Now, in this chapter, ये जो पूरा chapter है ना coordinate geometry, उसमें basically what we are going to study about is like when we have graph papers, right? When we have graph papers, we draw a x axis and we draw a y axis. तो ये जब हम x axis बनाते हैं उस पे या y axis बनाते हैं तो we have different quadrants, ठीक है? तो वो quadrants कौन से first, second, third, fourth, उसके बारे में we are going to learn in this equation. Then we are going to make a graph of the linear equation, how the linear equation is formed. Then what are the lines that are parallel to the x-axis? What are the lines that are parallel to y-axis? Then what are the coordinates of the point in a plane? तो ये सब चीजें ना in detail we are going to learn in this chapter. Okay, fine. Okay. Yes, a very good afternoon. Yes, chalo, let's start. Okay. Okay, chalo. Let's study. First, pay attention on
Chapter 7 Coordinate Geometry. Let's study axis, origin, quadrant. Coordinates of a point in a plane. To plot a point. Line parallel to x-axis. Line parallel to y-axis. Equation of a line. Chintu and his friends were playing cricket on the ground in front of a big building when a visitor arrived. Visitor: Hey Chintu, Datta Bhau lives here, doesn't he? Chintu: Yes, on the second floor. See that window? That's his flat. Visitor: But there are 5 windows on the second floor. It could be any of them. Chintu: His window is the third one from the left, on the second floor. Chintu's description of the location of Datta Bhau's flat is in fact based on the most basic concept in coordinate geometry.
See, this is how
It did
we
not
have to pay
suffice to
attention on
give
the
only the
coordinate
floor
geometry.
number to locate the house. Its serial number from the left or from the right also needed to be given. That is, 2 numbers had to be given in a specific sequence. 2 ordinal numbers, namely second from the ground and third from the left, had to be used. Let's learn.
Let's learn. Now
Axis,
pay attention.
origin, quadrants.
We should know
We
what is
could give the
axis, we should
location
know
of
what
Datta
is
Bhau's
origin, we
house
should know what are
using
the
2 ordinal
quadrants.
numbers. Similarly, the location of a point can be fully described using its distances from 2 mutually perpendicular lines. To locate a point in a plane, a horizontal number line is drawn in the plane. This number line is called the x-axis.
The horizontal one is always called
Another
as
number
the
line
x-axis and the
intersecting the
vertical one is
x-axis
always
at
called as
point
the
marked O
y-axis.
and perpendicular to the x-axis is the y-axis. Generally, the number O is represented by the same point
On
both the
both the
number
number
lines.
line. Now this
This
point is
point is called
extremely important कि x axis का भी point जो origin है and y axis का भी जो origin है that is 0 only. So if I ask you what are the value of point O, तो अगर O का you will see तो x axis पे भी it is 0, so they have written 0, and y axis पे it is also 0, so they have again written 0. So the value of point O is 0, 0. Understood everyone? Yes, now pay attention.
the origin and is shown by the letter O. On the x-axis, positive numbers are shown on the right of O and negative numbers on the left.
Negative. Now here
On the
upside
y-axis,
it is
positive numbers are shown
and
above
here it
O
is
and negative
you should
numbers
know because
below
see,
it.
you will be in a asked to draw this thing, so तुमको पता होना चाहिए कि ये जो horizontal जो x axis है and vertical जो y axis है. So on the from 0 से जो right hand side है ना, like you hold a scale, when you keep a scale on the book, तो you will see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. तो ये सब number line where you will find it on your right hand side. So all this right hand side are the positive numbers, and from 0 all the negative numbers on the left hand side. Similarly, all the positive numbers from 0 are above, and from 0 all the negative numbers are below. Okay, pay attention.
The x and y axis divide the plane into 4 parts, each of which is called a quadrant.
See,
As shown in the figure, the quadrants are numbered in the anti-clockwise direction.
Second, third, fourth. Now
The
this
points
is very, very, very important. You should know this thing. See, the first quadrant, the second quadrant, the third and the fourth one. Okay? Pay attention. See, the first quadrant, second quadrant, the third quadrant and the fourth quadrant. So whenever you will be asked that where is the first quadrant, you should be knowing that this is the first, this is the second, this is the third and this is the fourth. Usually what we do, this is like clockwise. It is not clockwise, rather it is anti-clockwise. Okay? हमेशा कैसे first, second, third, fourth ऐसे clockwise जाएगा. But no, in this thing it is anti-clockwise. So it is the first, second, third and fourth. It is going anti-clockwise. Okay? Now let's pay attention on the next thing.
Rene Descartes, born 1596, died 1650. Rene Descartes, a French mathematician of the 17th century, proposed the coordinate system to describe the position of a point in a plane accurately. It is called the Cartesian coordinate system. Obviously, the word Cartesian is derived from his name. He brought about a revolution in the field of mathematics by establishing the relationship between algebra and geometry. The Cartesian coordinate system is the foundation of analytical geometry. La Géométrie was Descartes' first book on mathematics. In it, he used algebra for the study of geometry and proposed that a point in a plane can be represented by an ordered pair of real numbers. This ordered pair is the Cartesian coordinates of a point. Coordinate geometry has used in a variety of fields such as physics, engineering, nautical science, seismology and art. It plays an important role in the development of technology in GeoGebra. We see the interrelationship between algebra and geometry quite clearly in the software GeoGebra, the very name being a combination of the words geometry and algebra.
Let's
Example,
understand this.
write the coordinates of points
the point,
E,
you have to write
F,
the coordinates.
G, T
Now what do you
in the
mean by
figure.
coordinates? Coordinates means you will find the point. See, now as you can see, you can plot point E, you can plot point F, you can plot point G and you can also plot point T. So सब points आपके सामने, you can see all the points, correct? Now what you have to do is, you will tell me that this point का x axis पे कौन सा number है and y axis पे कौन सा number है. So knowing the numbers, to just by knowing the numbers, which number you will find on the x-axis and which number you will find on the y-axis, this is called as the coordinates. Fine. And whenever you write the coordinates, you should always pay attention that जो x-axis पे जो number है, you will write first, and जो number y-axis पे है, you will write the second part. Okay. Now see, for this E na, if I bring it down and if I see तो x-axis का और E का, if I join both these things, so it is +2. Now this plus and minus is important because we have minus also na. So to be more specified, you have to write +2 or -2. So for E it is +2 and E and y axis ko if I joined, it is +1. So it will be 2, 1. Okay, now pay attention that जो x axis पे है, that I have written the first thing, and जो y axis पे है, that I have written the second thing. Clear to everyone? Yes? Okay, pay attention.
Figure alongside. Solution. The coordinates of point E are 2, 1. The coordinates of point F are -3, 3. The coordinates of point G are -4, -2. The coordinates of point T are 3, -1. Let's learn. Coordinates of a point on the axis. The x-coordinate of point M is its distance from the y-axis.
See, now, coordinate C. First we will go for M. Now what we have to do? We have to join this point and x-axis. तो पॉइंट और एक्स एक्सिस को जब मैं ज्वाइन कर रही हूँ तो मुझे समझ में आ रहा है कि वो कहाँ पे है. वेयर इज इट लाइंग? इट इज लाइंग ऑन 3.3. सो एक्स एक्सिस का तो हो गया 3. नाउ आई विल ज्वाइन दिस एम एंड वाई एक्सिस. ये वाई एक्सिस को आई विल ज्वाइन. पर जब मैं ज्वाइन कर रही हूँ तो वेयर आई एम लैंडिंग विद 0. ये पूरे एक्स एक्सिस पे 1 2 3 4 -1 -2 -3 -4 मतलब यहाँ पे 0 था. तो while writing the coordinates, while writing the numbers of this point M, what I will write is for x axis it is 3 and for y axis it is 0. So 3, 0. ओके. ना n का देखते हैं. अब n पॉइंट को x एक्सिस के साथ आई एम गोइंग टू ड्रॉ परपेंडिकुलर लाइन. आई एम गोइंग टू जॉइन इट. तो व्हेन आई एम जॉइनिंग इट ना, तो इट इज डायरेक्टली एट दिस पॉइंट, मतलब 0 पे है. ओके. सो n का इट इज 0 कॉमा अगर n का इफ आई फाइंड ऑन द y एक्सिस पे ही है तो वो 4. सो 0, 4 इज द आंसर. Now M N O, where is O? O itself is at 0, 0. Both x axis का भी 0 है and y axis का भी 0 है. Always remember the number on the x axis will always come first and the number on the y axis will come second. Okay. M N O P. Now talking about P. Now this point P and x axis को I am going to join. So when I am joining it, it is a 3 and y axis का it is 4. So it is 3, 4. Pay attention.
The distance of point M
and one more
from
thing, they have quadrants. See, quadrant first, quadrant second, third and fourth. Okay. अब यहाँ पे प्लस कॉमा प्लस का क्या मतलब है? Now this sign represents a x axis. See, x axis पे everything is plus 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 plus. तो plus. And everything on y axis is plus 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 plus. So plus. So plus comma plus. Now talking about the quadrant 2, second quadrant. x एक्सिस पे क्या है? माइनस 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 माइनस. तो इट इज माइनस. एंड y एक्सिस पे क्या है? प्लस 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 प्लस. तो प्लस. तो माइनस कॉमा प्लस. टॉकिंग अबाउट द थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट, देखो x एक्सिस पे इट इज माइनस 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 एंड यहाँ पे इट इज minus minus minus. So it is minus minus. And fourth पे x axis पे क्या है? Plus. So they have written plus. And for the y axis it is minus. So they have written minus. This is how this plus minus plus minus minus plus minus minus and plus minus represents. Okay, everybody understood? Okay, chal. Now pay attention.
the x-axis is 0. Hence, the y-coordinate of M is 0. Thus, the coordinates of point M on the x-axis are 3, 0. The y-coordinate of point N on the y-axis is 4 units from the x-axis because N is at a distance of 4. Its x-coordinate is 0 because its distance from the y-axis is 0. Hence, the coordinates of point N on the y-axis are 0, 4. Now, the origin O is on x-axis as well as on y-axis. Hence, its distance from x-axis and y-axis is 0. Therefore, the coordinates of O are 0, 0. One and only one pair of coordinates, ordered pair, is associated with every point in a plane. Let's remember, the y-coordinate of every point on the x-axis is 0. The x-coordinate of every point on the y-axis is 0.
Is also 0.
The coordinates of the origin are 0, 0.
Now next one.
Let's learn. Example. In which quadrant or in which axis
Now
are the
you
points
have
given
to
below?
identify the
A.
quadrants.
5, 7. B. -6, 4. C. 4, -7. D. -8, -9. P. -3, 0. Q. 0, 8. Solution. The x-coordinate of A, 5, 7 is positive and its y-coordinate is
Is
positive.
also positive.
Therefore,
so positive
point A
positive
is in
कहाँ
the
था?
first
First
quadrant.
में.
The x-coordinate
Then
of
next
B,
one was
-6,
minus and
4
plus. So
is
second.
negative and y-coordinate is positive. Therefore, point B is in the second quadrant.
Now, see, x के साथ it is minus. So x axis पे ये minus के points है and y axis पे वो plus के है. So plus and minus somewhere here. So they are in the first quadrant. Second, they are in the second quadrant. Okay? हाँ, pay attention.
The x-coordinate of C, 4, -7 is positive and y-coordinate is negative. Therefore, point C is in the fourth quadrant. The x-coordinate of D -8 -7 is negative.
Just by looking at the sign, positive है या negative है, that you will identify, that way you are going to identify what exactly, where are they exactly lying. Okay, जैसे x के लिए it is negative and y के लिए it is negative, so negative negative, तो both are negative, that means third quadrant. ठीक है, तो it depends. Now first is always the x number and y is always the number on the y axis. Okay, pay attention.
And its y coordinate is negative. Therefore, point D is in the third quadrant. The y coordinate of P -3, 0 is 0. Therefore, point P is on the x-axis. The x coordinate of Q 0, 8 is 0. Therefore, point Q is on the y-axis.
See, because now when you are here, you can find a number on the x-axis. Y-axis पे कुछ है number नहीं है, तो the number itself is on x-axis. अभी x-axis का कुछ number नहीं है, y-axis का number है. That means this point is on y-axis. ठीक है, this is how you will identify.
Activity. As shown in figure, ask girls to sit in lines so as to form the x-axis and y-axis. Ask some boys to sit at the positions marked by the colored dots in the four quadrants. Now, call the students turn by turn using the initial letter of each student's name. As his or her initial is called, the student stands and gives his or her own coordinates. For example, Rajendra 2, 2 and Kirti -1, 0, Sahil -2, -2. Students can find many more coordinates. Even as they have fun during this field activity, the students will learn how to state the position of a point in a plane. Practice sets 7.1.
Okay, I hope everybody
State
have
in which
understood
quadrant
these things.
or on which axis do the following points lie. Coordinate A -3, 2 is in quadrant 2. Coordinate B
See, what you
minus
have to do is you have to state in which quadrant, कौन सा exactly कौन से quadrant में they are going to lie down. This is the first quadrant, positive positive. This is the second quadrant, negative positive. This is the third quadrant, negative negative, and this is the fourth quadrant, positive negative. So this is how it all works. Okay, हाँ, pay attention. तो now वो बस तुमको पॉइंट बोलेंगे -5 and -2. So -5 is here and -2 is here. हाँ, so there it is going to lie in the first, second and third quadrant. Okay, this is how you have to write all the answers.
-5 -2 is in quadrant 3. Coordinate K 3.5 1.5 is in quadrant 1. Coordinate D 2 10 is in quadrant 1. Coordinate E 37 35 is in quadrant 1.
First one.
Coordinate F 15 -18 is in quadrant 4. Coordinate G 3 -7 is in quadrant 4. Coordinate H 0 -5 is on axis Y. Coordinate M 12 0 is on axis X. Coordinate N 0 9 is on axis Y. Coordinate P 0 2.5 is on axis Y. Coordinate Q -7 -3 is on quadrant 3. 3. Draw the coordinate system on a plane and plot the following points.
Yes, so what
L
do you have to
-2
draw
4,
the coordinate
M
system on the
5
plane?
6,
That
N
means that you have to draw the whole thing, the whole x-axis, y-axis, all the numbers. Now see, majoritarily you can see 7 is the last number. So what you can do is you can draw +7 -7 on the x-axis and +7 and -7 on the y-axis, or else you can go for +8 and -8 on the x-axis and +8 and -8 on the y-axis. Anything will do. Okay, pay attention.
N -3 -4.
So you have to draw the coordinate system and also you have to plot the following numbers. So what you can do is everyone can just grab their notebooks and just they can rough-handedly you can just draw right now. But in exams you have to be very specific with the pointed pencils and everything should be very correct. Okay, you can't draw it rough-handedly. You have to make use of the pencils and the scales and everything. Sure. Yes, you can do this. Vanshika, yes, you can start doing this. Should everybody start drawing the coordinate systems?
P 2 minus 3, Q 6 minus 5, S 7 0, T 0 minus 5. Solution. On the graph paper, we will draw x-axis, y-axis in this way, and now let us plot the points using the given coordinates. 1, L minus 2, 4, x-coordinate of point L is minus 2, so
See,
on
minus
x-axis,
2
draw a line
and
parallel
4.
to the y-axis which represents the number minus 2. The y-coordinate is 4. So through the point on y-axis which represents the number 4, draw a line parallel to x-axis. The point of intersection of these two lines is point L, minus
and
2,
you will also
4.
write the coordinates.
The point is in the second quadrant. Similarly, we can plot the remaining points. Point M, 5, 6. This point is in the first quadrant. N, minus 3, minus 4
Yes,
will lie in the
getting
third
it
quadrant.
correct?
P, 2, minus 3 is in the fourth quadrant. Q, 6, minus 5 will also be in the fourth quadrant. S, 7, 0 is on the x-axis. T, 0, minus 5 is on the y-axis. Let's learn. Lines parallel to x-axis. On a graph paper, plot the following points. A, 5, 4. B, 2, 4. C, minus 2, 4. D, minus 4, 4. E, 0, 4. F, 3, 4. Observe the coordinates of the given points.
Everything is on.
Did you notice that the y-coordinates of all the points are equal? Yes, the y-coordinates of all the points are equal. All the points are collinear. To which axis is
Collinear
this line
means all
parallel?
lie on a same line.
This line is parallel to x-axis. The y-coordinate of every point on the line DA is 4. It is constant. Therefore, the line DA is described by the equation y is equal to 4. If the y-coordinate of any point is 4, will be on the line DA. The equation of the line parallel to the x-axis at a distance of 4 units from the x-axis is y is equal
y
to 4.
equals to 4. Okay?
Let's discuss.
Now next
Can we
one.
draw a line parallel to the x-axis at a distance of 6 units from it and below the x-axis? Yes, that line will pass through the point minus 6 on y-axis.
Because it is 6
all of the
units
points
below it.
minus 3, minus 6, 10, minus 6, 1 upon 2, minus 6 be on that line? Yes, points will lie on that line
we
in this
have
way.
the same number
What will
on
be
the
the equation of
y-axis.
this line?
Minus 6, minus 6,
The
minus
equation
6.
on the line will be y is equal to 6.
Now this is important. Now this is important.
The equation on the line will be y is equal to 6.
Y is equals to 6. Now why this is important? See, x पे तो it is 0. Correct? X so it is 0 because see this is the point. If I try to connect this point on the x axis और मैं अगर connect करती हूँ तो y 0 हो जाएगा. तो y is already 0, so what you can write? X is already 0, so what you can write कि y का जो value है y is equals to minus 6. So y equals to minus 6. This equation can tell you just by knowing y is equals to minus 6. The whole equation will tell you where exactly the point is. Okay? Chalo next one.
Remember this. If b is greater than 0 and we draw the line y is equal to b through the point 0b, it will be above the x-axis and parallel to it. If b is less than 0, then the line y is equal to b will be below the x-axis and parallel to it. The equation of a line parallel to the x-axis is in the form y is equal to b. Let's learn. Lines parallel to y-axis. On a graph paper, plot the following points.
Now what we have to do? We have to just plot the following points. See, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. So everything is on the
Observe the coordinates
same
of the
line.
given points. Did you notice that the x-coordinate of all the points are equal? Yes, the x-coordinates of all the points are equal. Are all the points
Are
collinear?
collinear.
Yes, all the points are collinear.
Collinear means
To
all
which
are lying in the
axis is this
same
line
line.
parallel? This line is parallel to the y-axis. The x-coordinate of every point on the line PS is -4. It is constant. Therefore, the
So for
line
each and
PS can
every
be
point it
described
is
by the
-4,
equation
-4,
x
-4,
is equal
-4.
to -4. Every point whose x-coordinate is -4 lies on the line PS. The equation of the line parallel to the y-axis at a distance of 4 units and to the left of y-axis, x is equal to -4.
Now let's move on to the
Let's
next
discuss.
one.
Can we draw a line parallel to the y-axis at a distance of 2 units from it and to its right? Yes. With all of the points 2, 10, 2, 8, 2, -1 upon
That
2
means any
be on that
one,
line.
like it can be the x
Yes,
number or
the
it can be
points
the
are on
y
the
number,
same
any
line.
one number.
What would be the
You have to
equation
be
of
on
this
in the
line?
straight
The
line.
equation
Straight
of
line में
line will
होना
be
चाहिए.
x is equal to 2. Example: 2x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0 is a linear equation in two variables in general form. Let us draw the graph of this equation. Solution: 2x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0 means y is equal to 2x plus 1. Let us assume some values of x and find the corresponding values of y. For example, if x is equal to 0, then substituting this value of x in the equation, we
You
get
will find
y
this
is
is
equal to
equals
1.
to 1.
y is equal
See?
to
यहाँ
2x
पे
plus
अगर
1.
ना यहाँ पे अगर हमने x के जगह पे 0 डाल दिया तो 2 मल्टीप्लाई पे 0 इज 0 बट जस्ट -1 है तो -1 को अगर हम इक्वल्स टू के वो साइड डालते तो वो +y हो जाएगा तो +y इक्वल्स टू +1. ओके दिस इज द आंसर. नाउ द नेक्स्ट वन. Okay, then line wise देखो अभी next one. Let's start with the next one. Therefore, they have also substituted the value the way I have told you. So y multiplied by 0 is 0 only plus 1. So 0 0 0 plus 1. And now talking about y, अगर y का value देखा जाए तो it is 2x plus 1. So now we know that the value of x is equals to 0. So अगर if you substitute 0 over there तो you will get plus 1 as the answer. So x के लिए it was 0 and y के लिए it was 1. Now talking about next one, अगर 1, if you put x का value as 1, so 2 ones are 2 minus y is equals to 1. Pay attention. हाँ, see. Okay, so it is minus 0 and 1. Then the next one अगर आप x का value equals to 1 set कर रहे हो तो by solving the same thing you will get minus 0 and -1 and 1 and 3 and by putting ये जो x है ना x की जगह पे you will put 2. 2 अगर if you put तो you will get 5. तो what are the two numbers? 2, 5 and यहाँ पे let's see what is the number 2, 5 and next one the value of the next one is minus 1 upon 2 upon 2 sorry 1 upon 2 upon 2 and minus 2 -3 and -2 and -3 both are in the third quadrant. Okay, everybody understood? Chalo, next one.
हो गया इसका शुरू. दीदी आवाज कम करो ना. गिटार की प्रैक्टिस साइलेंटली नहीं हो सकती क्या?
हेलो राज, चिल्ला मत यार. पैसे मेरे भी तो लगे. तू ऐसे कैसे बात कर सकता है?
ये फोन पे बात कर रहे हैं कि ऑल इंडिया रेडियो पे?
मुझे भी मालूम है क्या प्रॉब्लम था.
हाय प्रीति, कैसी है? मैं तो ठीक हूँ. और क्या यार, शॉपिंग नहीं जा सकते हैं? मैं तो सैलून भी नहीं जा सकती हूँ.
कोई मुझे पढ़ने नहीं देता तो मैं पढ़ूंगा ही.
होम रिवाइज आपकी हर एकेडमिक प्रॉब्लम का एकमात्र सॉल्यूशन. अब आपके जीनियस जूनियर और उसकी पढ़ाई के बीच में कोई नहीं आएगा.
Fine then. Now let's start with the next one now. So just by -2 and -3, both are the answers. So you can write here directly. Okay. Now let's
Practice
start
sets
with exercise
7.2.
7.2's first sum.
1. On a graph paper, plot the points A 30, B 33, C 03. Join A, B and B,
And 3
C.
and what?
What is the figure formed?
Okay. So
Solution.
basically C A का
First,
वैल्यू तुमको
let's
दिया
draw the
हुआ है,
coordinate.
B का वैल्यू भी
Now
दिया
plot
हुआ है
system the
और
points
C का
one by
वैल्यू भी
one.
दिया हुआ है.
Point
Fine.
A
हाँ.
30 will lie
Start
on the
joining the
x-axis.
points.
Point B 33 will lie in the first quadrant. Point C 03 will lie on the y-axis. Now, if we join these points, we get a square ABCO.
Okay, so
2.
just by joining
Write the
these
equation of the line
we'll get
parallel
the value
to the y-axis
shape as
at a distance
square.
of 7
Next
units
one.
from it to its left. Solution. We know that equation of line parallel to y-axis is in the form x is equal to a. Therefore, equation of the line parallel to the y-axis at a distance of 7 unit from its left will be x is equal to -7.
Because we are starting from
As on the left side, all negative
0.
numbers are represented.
So the left side is all the negative numbers and
3.
right side is all
Write
the
the
positive
equation of the
numbers.
line parallel to the x-axis at a distance of 5 units from it and below the x-axis. Solution. As the equation of line parallel to x-axis is in the form y is equal to b. Therefore, the equation of the required line is y is equal to
But they are saying that
-5.
x-axis at a distance of 5 units from it below.
4.
It is below. So it is
The point Q
okay?
-3 -2 lies on a line
Everybody
parallel to
understood?
the y-axis. Write the equation of the line and draw its graph.
And you have to draw a graph
Solution.
of the same thing.
First, let's plot the point
See,
Q
first
-3
Q is equals to -3 and
It will
-2.
lie in the
So
third
again
quadrant.
-3 and -2 यहाँ
Now,
पे lie कर
draw
रहे
the
हैं
line
and now
parallel
you
to
have to draw a
y-axis
line
and
which is
passing
parallel to
through
the
Q
y-axis.
-3
y-axis
-2.
यहाँ पे है.
It
तो
will
y-axis
intersect
का जो है, so they will-
x-axis at point -3, 0. The equation of this line is x is equal to -3.
-2. Equation that was the
5.
equation of the value.
X-axis and line x is equal to -4 are parallel lines. What is the distance between them? Solution. Equation of y-axis is x is equal to 0. Other line's equation is x is equal to -4. Therefore, distance between these two lines is equal to 0 minus of -4, which is equal to 0 plus 4 is equal to 4 units. 6. Which of the equations given
Let's
below
understand the
have
sixth
graphs
one.
parallel to the x-axis? And which ones have
And
graphs
which one
parallel
will
to
have
the
a
y-axis?
graph
1.
parallel
X
to
is
it?
equal to 3. 2. Y minus 2 is equal to 0. 3. X plus 6 is equal to 0. 4. Y is equal to -5. Solution. 1.
So we will
X
put the
is equal
values
to
of
3.
x is equals to
This
3.
line is parallel to the y-axis. 2. Y minus 2 is equal to 0. That
y
is,
is equals
y
to
is equal to
plus
2.
2.
This
Because
line
2
is
तो वहाँ
parallel
पे
to the
जाएगा ना?
x-axis. 3. X
So they
plus
are
6
drawing the
is equal to
whole
0.
line basically.
That is, x is equal to -6. This line is parallel to the y-axis. 4. Y is equal to -5. This line is parallel to the x-axis. 7. On a graph paper, plot the points A 2 3, B 6 minus 1 and C 0
C
5.
is equals to 0,
If
comma
those
5.
points are
Everybody
collinear,
just open
then
your
draw the
books
line
and by rough
which
handedly
includes
you can
them.
draw it.
Write the coordinates of the points at which the line intersects the x-axis and the y-axis.
So you have to
Solution.
also find the you
First
have to
plot
draw
the
the
points
line which
on the
is
graph
parallel
paper.
and also you have to find the
A 2 3,
coordinates.
B
2 and
6
3,
minus 1 and C 0 5. These points are collinear. We observe that the coordinates of the point of
All are
intersection
lying
of
on
this
the
line
only one is
and
lying on the
x-axis are
first quadrant
5
and
0.
both are now 5,
Also,
0
the
is
coordinates
lying
of the
on
point
the
of
x-axis
intersection of
and
this
this
line
one is
and
lying on the
y-axis are
y-axis.
0 5. These lines intersect x-axis at point Q 5 0 and y-axis at point C 0 5. 8. Draw the graphs of the following equations on the same system of coordinates. Write the coordinates of their points of intersection. X plus 4 is equal to 0. Y minus 1
Yes, you
is
have to
equal to
find the
0.
values.
2x plus 3 is equal to 0. 3y minus 15 is equal to 0. Solution. X plus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to minus 4. This line is parallel to the y-axis. Y minus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, y is equal to 1. This line is parallel to the x-axis. 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore, 2x is equal to minus 3. Therefore, x is equal to minus 3 upon 2.
1 is positive,
Therefore,
it will lie
x is equal
above the
to
ground.
minus 1.5. This line will be parallel to the y-axis. 3y minus 15 is equal to 0. Therefore, 3y is equal to 15. Therefore, y is equal to 15 upon 3. Therefore, y is equal to 5. This line will be parallel to the x-axis.
Fine, so
The
this
point
is
of
parallel
intersection
to
of
the
lines
x-axis.
x plus 4 is equal to 0 and y minus 1 is minus 4, 1. The point of intersection of lines x
minus
plus
4
4
on the
is equal to
x-axis and
0
1 on the
and
y-axis.
3y minus 15 is equal to 0 is minus 4, 5. The point of intersection of lines 2x plus 3 is equal to 0 and y minus 1 is equal to 0 is 2.
Fine,
Some
now let's
points
move
are
on to the
shown in
next
the
one.
figure.
See,
With the help of it, answer
some
the
points
following
are shown in the
questions.
figure. With the help
1.
of the answers,
Write the
you have to
coordinates
find
of the
the
points
coordinates.
Q and R.
Easy है, P है, तो P का
Solution.
first क्या होगा?
Coordinates
X.
of the points Q R minus 2, 2.
And then 2. First, everything should be
Coordinates
on the
of the
y-axis
points
and next
R
should be on
are
the
4
x-axis.
minus 1.
See,
2. Write the coordinates of the points
geometry of
T
the
and M.
P. T का क्या होगा? 1,
Solution. Coordinates
3,
of the points T are 0, minus 1. Coordinates of the
T.
points M are
Okay, M,
3, 0,
0. And what about P?
3. Which point lies in the third quadrant?
First, second,
Solution.
third. So point
S is in the third quadrant.
And which point is
4.
on the
Which are the
first one?
points whose x and y coordinates are equal? Solution.
So that is
Point O is the point having same x and y coordinates.
point O is also having both the coordinates. So don't forget this
3. Without plotting the points on a graph, state in which quadrant or on which axis do the following point lie. 1,
So it is very
5,
easy. We have to
minus
just
3,
find out the
2,
coordinates
minus 7,
where they will
minus
lie
12,
exactly.
3, minus 23, 4, 4, minus 9, 5, 5, 0, minus 3, 6, minus 6, 0.
So basically what we have to do is we have to plot the graph like this, and on the graph we have to write 5 and minus 3. So 5 is on the x-axis, 5 and minus 3 will be drawn accordingly. Okay, everyone to pay attention properly. Okay, pay attention. Wait, I'm doing it.
Two. Some points are shown in the figure. With the help of it, answer the following
It is the
questions.
same thing.
1. Write the coordinates of the points Q and R. Solution. Coordinates of the points Q are minus 2, 2.
So whichever
Coordinates
is on the
of the
x-axis,
points
you will
R
come
are
first and then
4,
on the y-axis.
minus 1. 2. Write the coordinates of the points T and M. Solution. Coordinates of the points T are 0, minus 1. Coordinates of the points M are 3, 0,
0.
3. Which point lies in the third quadrant?
First, second and third.
Solution.
S.
Point S is in the third quadrant. 4. Which are the points whose x and y coordinates are equal?
So 0.
Solution.
O or 0.
Point O is the point having same x and y coordinates.
Both are same.
3. Without plotting the points on a graph, state in which quadrant or
So just by looking at the plus and the minus sign, you have to just find out कौन सा है. So basically, you should know what exactly it is. A plus plus. So both are plus. This that then that one was minus and then plus, and third one both are minus and यहाँ पे plus and minus. So just by looking at the symbols and just by looking at the sign, you have to tell me where exactly they are falling. Okay. First one. Let's see the first one. From this we can see that the points lie in which quadrant. Okay. Okay, fine, nothing an issue. See, like for example, first one -5. Plus here and minus right, so it is in the fourth quadrant. Minus minus, that means it is the third quadrant. Plus plus, then it is minus and then plus. So plus minus means x's and then the second quadrant. And this is the second quadrant. And this one will lie on the x-axis and this will lie on the y-axis. Fine. So I hope everyone understood what exactly has been taught in this lecture. Fine. So this is how we come to an end of geometric coordinate geometries. So I think each and everyone has understood this. See you all in the next lecture.